student, welcome back. In this video, we will continue with the structure of writing a C program. Let's start. In the previous video, we learned that a C program will contain different sections, and we also learned that every C program must have main function section. To start writing basic programs in C, we should know about three sections, which are documentation section, linkage section and main function section. We also learned that in the documentation section, we should write title and author of our program. Apart from the title and author of the program, we can also write some more additional information, which includes title, author, module name, who approved the module, date of approval, and if our program is using some other external resources, we should write their names. Now, we will learn about main function section. A function in C is similar to a function in mathematics. Let's see a small function in mathematics, then we will see about main function section. Here is the example I take. I take a small function which is x square, calculating the square of a number. Here I given x equal to 3. Then the function which is x square will give the result as 9, which is 3 square. Here x equal to 3 in computer words we can call as input. Then in place of f of x, which is x square, where x equal to 3 square will be calculated, and we will get the result which is of 3 square, which is 9. X square is called process, which means the calculation which we are doing, and 9 is the result. We can call it as output. In programming, input is also called arguments and output is also called as return value. So, a function will have input, process and output. The same concept will be applied to the C functions also. Now, let's see the syntax of main function section. It will have return type, which is output. Main is the name of the function. We must write main like this only. And after that, to say that it is a function, if we look here, we can see the function will have opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. In between the parenthesis, we must write the input, that is arguments. Let's go back to our main function. We can see here f means main here, and to say that it is a function, we should write as opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. Here x represents arguments. Return type and arguments are optional. For now, I am not going to take return type and arguments. We will know more about the arguments and return type in the functions chapter. Now, to say that it is optional, I wrote like this: between opening angular bracket and closing angular bracket. So, make a habit of understanding the syntax, which one is must and which one is optional. If I write like this in between the brackets, it means it is optional. And a function will have group of statements. Statement 1, statement 2 and so on, statement n. I can say a statement is similar to a sentence in English. We know that once the sentence is completed, we will write full stop to say that it is the end of the sentence. In the same way, in programming, the end of the statement will be represented with this. This is called semicolon. So, semicolon represents the end of the statement. Statement 1 is ended here. Here statement 2 is ended, and so on. Here the statement n is ended. These group of statements will describe input or process or output. Sometimes a function may have only output, or sometimes it may contain 3: input, process and output. And to say that these n number of statements belongs to main function, we need to use braces. Opening flower brace and closing flower brace. We can also say as opening brace and closing brace. So we can say that this is the boundary to indicate the beginning of the function and the end of the function. And more specifically, we can call this as function definition. One more thing we should note here is that we should not read all the symbols in the same way. Let's say these are also brackets and these are also brackets, like that. We need to read clearly. Then only what we are saying others will understand, or what others are saying we can understand. Let's say these are opening angular bracket and closing angular bracket, and these are opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis, and these are opening flower brace or opening brace, closing flower brace or closing brace. And also one more thing I would like to say to you is that the same symbol we should read in different way depends on the context. Let me show you with a small example. Let's say I use the symbol closing angular bracket here also and here also. But here we should read as A greater than B, because A and B are numbers. But we should read this symbol as closing angular bracket. Okay? This one we will get habituated when we are doing more practice. Now, let's see a small example for main function. First we should write return type. There is no need to write, it is optional. After that main function, the name is main, and opening parenthesis, we should write arguments. Arguments are also optional. Just simply I wrote closing parenthesis. This is the beginning of the function and this is the end of the function. In between we need to write group of statements. Let's say I want to display a small text of welcome to C programming. For that we should use one function, that is print function, printf. We need to start the function with opening parenthesis and we need to end this with closing parenthesis. In between we need to write the arguments like f of x. Here x is the argument or input. To say that it is a text, we need to represent between the double quotes. And we already learned that each statement should end with semicolon. We can see here this is the main function and this is the print function. Now our C program is having two functions. Like this, a C program is a collection of functions. Okay. In the next video, I will teach you about linkage section. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you next time.